My name is Aida Ikudaisi. I am a final year civil engineering student of Griffith University, and it has been a great privilege for me to be undertaking my engineering professional practice with the School of Engineering of Griffith University. And I'm also being supervised by Dr. Lihao, who has been very supportive and he has really given so much support in this project. And then my project entails how to use technology to improve supply chain management in any given industry. And my feasibility studies and then my research were strictly done with the consciousness of the engineer stage one, engineer Australia stage one competencies, because it is important for me to make sure that whatsoever that I'll be researching and I'll be writing on and I'll be whatever solution that I'll be coming up with must be proven already in the industry that it's working and it's functioning, and also it must meet all the requirements that are listed up in the Engineer Australia Stage 1 competencies as well. And I was able to collect several data about transportation industries and then their information technology data usage as well, in order to be able to have a good and relevant information for my project. I am also very relevant for this project because I have a background of information technology, and I also have a very sound exposure into information technology industry. And the other good news is that Dr. Lihao has already been working on a similar project as well before, so he has really been investigating on a couple of materials which he was able to make available for me, and then because of this, um, I was able to find a bonding with him, and then my exposure into information technology world also gave me a lot of very good insights into the project entirely. And then Dr. Liao was working on RFID, which is called radio frequency identification, which is similar to a project that I've actually worked on before. So the project that I worked on before was a tracking device that can be used by any company or by anybody to track their belongings and know exactly where their belongings are. And then this tracking device that I've worked on actually has a little bit of similarity with the project that I'm working on. And this actually gave me a little bit of more confidence, and also it gave me a little bit of more insight into whatsoever that I have to do. My research was also aimed to study a large number of manufacturing logistic training companies to also be able to collect their published data about information technology usage in their companies. And this will give us an insight into how information technology is being used in today's fast-growing supply chain management in any given country. I have also been studying the case study about Alcatel and how technology has helped Alcatel to improve its supply chain management, and also how the technology has also turned the company's economics around and make the company more profitable. And then also I've also been studying about McKinsey in Australia, because McKinsey is one of the successful supply chain management companies that are in Australia, and there are about 2.1 million supply chain companies that are already in Australia, and so this therefore also made me to get my hands onto other resources that has been published by the Association of Supply Chain and Logistics Companies of Australia, because it is very important for all these companies to adapt the technology to improve their technology system in their supply chain management. And for example, I cannot stress enough the importance of the technology in supply chain management companies. Why? Because there are so many processes that their products has to go through. For example, maybe they want to wash their products, maybe they want to clean it up, maybe they want to pack it or pick them. So all these processes has to be done manually, and then without a substantial or a useful technology, all these things will not just be done appropriately. And it's not just being appropriately, also it will not be efficient. Maybe for example, they will not be able to know the exact amount of goods that has been put into that has been sent as an order to a customer. And not just that, because there are always human error. Maybe the product will not be counted well, and that is why technology is now being implemented to help in this supply chain system, and also to make things work effectively, and also to reduce costs, and also to reduce labor, and also to reduce the lead time, because it will take it will take several amount of time for human beings to be able to count all these products. And that is why technology is now being adopted by almost all of these supply chain companies. And then looking at it again, RFID is going to play has been playing a big role in this company, because it has replaced the barcode, because the barcode system was largely used by these supply chain companies. And the barcode still has to be counted one by one, because it has to go through the machine, through the scanner for the product to be counted. But the good news about the RFID, the radio frequency identification system, is that multiple products can actually be counted simultaneously, not just in one place, but in anywhere. So which means that the company can actually know the exact amount of product that will be leaving the company, and then that will be going to the consumers. So this has really helped a lot. The radio frequency identification system has really helped a lot in the supply chain management, and that is one of the major technology that has been used, and it can also be improved. It doesn't just help the counting of the product, it just doesn't just help the delivering of the product alone, but also help in the area of communication, and in area of how the companies now relate to their customers, and also how the companies improve their profitability, because their return of interest is very, very important to them, and also to their investors, and also to their stakeholders as well. So this has also been a very good thing, and also it also increases the trust that the customer has on the company as well. Because, for example, if a customer is expecting some certain goods, and then they are receiving a different sort of goods. So this technology has also helped the companies as well in to build their trust with their customers. And also the RFID technology also helps as well in the repairs of the companies machines, and and their tools. So it adds so much to do for the companies, and then that is why it is very, very important for the companies to be able to adopt more technology to be able to improve their supply chain management. Finally, as an engineer, it is also very important for me to make sure that the project that I'm working on is actually meaningful, and then not just meaningful, but that the technology mechanisms or the solutions that I'm coming up with, that I think that can be implemented by the supply chain companies, should be meaningful, and then the application of this solution should should be proven. So who has used it before? How can it be used? Is it implementable? And also to make sure that I have a valid references to everything that I'm coming up with. And this I made sure, and then I've also corresponded them with my supervisor, and he was okay with it, and he was happy with my discover with the progress of my project so far. And this is not just that for me to make sure that I'm just doing something, but to make sure that I'm doing the right thing that I'm ought to do. So this was the reason why I'm always in contact with Dr. Liao, to make sure I update him with the process of the things, and then I've been able to apply all the skills that I've learned in my project management study, and also in civil engineering into this project, and it has really been helpful so far.